October 3rd, Master Shane in the house, in the building. Here we are. And life is beautiful. Life is a blessing. So much is beautiful in life. And it's our responsibility to uncover that beauty and that divineness in all. And to not overcomplicate things, to not create problems. I mean, are we really here to even solve problems? Why do we think there are so many problems in the world when the universe is self regulating? So, those are some ideas from today, and not making things complicated, to be able to simplify things. That's been part of my journey here for many, many years now, is really the organization and the structure, to be able to live a holy life, because we're all holy inside of ourselves once we rid the defilements and rid the emotions and everything. And that's the healing journey, to understand that we have to take care of what's inside of ourselves. Like, this is our temple, and it's for us to take care of the jealousy, the greed, the envy, the hindrances to us fulfilling our purpose and living our potential, to manifesting our dreams here. So really meditating upon that, and like, it has to mean something to you. It's like they talk about with the internal thermostat. What is your internal thermostat with different things, such as your finances? You know, is it okay to make this amount of money? Because what if things could be different? To put yourself in that place of pure imagination. Just say that there are no limitations, okay, in this simulation inside of your mind. Ideally, what type of lifestyle would you really, really want to live? What is life really, really about? You know, it's not about acquiring things. What are things? What are things? What are manifestations? What are phenomena? Like, what is it? You can take it however you want to take it, because there is no end. It's infinite to our ability to understand, to be able to learn source, the universe, laws, things we can work with, and a big paradigm shift. So that's first and foremost, to understand, okay, for my life to change, I have to change my paradigm. I have to change the way I perceive things. If I'm continuing down this path of, let's say, destruction, which we all are at one point in time, which we can use that to appreciate life, to appreciate living, and respecting, as life is sacred. All life is sacred. We talk about it. And so, what does that really, really mean? How life is sacred, and how are we respecting life? That's why we talk about embracing your healing journey, because it's self-protection, it's inspiring, it's motivating, it's a new concept, and it helps people to look within inside themselves. It helps me tremendously. That's why I'm doing this as well too, is for me, is for me to see that. And that's one of the big ideas, concepts I want to help and share people. And I was watching someone today, and he was sharing his healing journey, about how initially he was just making videos to build the confidence, to build the self-esteem, to be able to speak. Like, one of the biggest fears that we have is public speaking. Like, why? Like, we're gonna get into that, so stay tuned. And doing it for you, like doing it for you. That's why I say inspired by potential. And today's lesson for me really reinforced and deepened that in a lot of dimensions, because we live in this world and whatever, and it's like we live in this world that apparently is filled with problems that we need to solve, right? So we give this thing for us to do, but is that really so? Um, what Inspired by Potential does is it changes the whole thing from a game to a play. It completely changes everything into a whole nother world. And instead of being inspired, instead of getting excited about problems in life, because if you're doing that, then you're feeding, then like you're creating the problems, because that's what you're looking for. And that's part of my journey as a troubled child. That's what I was taught, is to look for trouble. It's not saying anything bad or anything. It's for me to learn, okay, how do I shift that? How do I look for the blessings? How do I look for the good? How do I shift my internal motivation to be inspired by my own potential? Because that frees me from being affected by other people's opinions. Because along our journey, we're put down. We find people who support us, and we find people who try to tear us down. And so it's up to us to really break free from both of that, because you can't have one without the other. So if you're taking in the compliments of people and you're relying upon that, then subconsciously you're going to be greatly affected by when people say negative things. But that's a part of the healing journey, is understanding we all have our own expression. So just because somebody is speaking, just because somebody may be barking, doesn't mean that they're speaking or barking to you. And so long as you don't take that personally, you don't accept that as an attack, then you're going to be cool. You're going to be okay. You're not going to be as emotionally affected and on tilt. And that is number one here, why we're teaching and helping inspire people to study health and to really take meditation seriously. Because as they say, if you do not have an hour of meditation, well, meditate for 2. Okay, because it's that important. It is that important. Another story, analogy of that is sharpening the saw, sharpening the mind. Okay, the story of somebody going off to the woods, and they see somebody cutting down a tree or attempting to cut it down a tree, and they're watching it. They stop for a little bit and they observe, and they just notice, non-judgment or whatever. And they notice that he's working hard. He's working hard. He's doing it, and he's doing it for a while, but he's not getting anywhere. And the only thing that's really happening is he's getting more frustrated. He's getting more disappointed. And so, being the kind person that he is, he sees the guy's good efforts, and he sees a way that he can help that person see more and achieve and produce more in a short amount of time if he would take a break, if he would just stop trying so hard and just take a pause to become more self-conscious and more self-aware, and to allow the mind to settle and to get in a different state of consciousness. Therefore, he can cut down that tree a lot more effectively with a sharper mind, with a clear mind, with a mind that's not so filled with so many thoughts, so many ideas about this, that, this, that. As Earl Nightingale so poetically expresses, we can only go to one port at one time, right? So the number one thing is that most people don't know what they want. Consciously speaking, they have not consciously decided what they want in life, who they want to become. Therefore, they are accepting defeat. They are accepting self-sabotage for various reasons, whether that's being afraid of commitment or this or that, when the reality is that's the greatest failure, is not starting at all, is just riding the fence and not committing to something, because you can change course when necessary, but you're not going to get anywhere if you're not committed, if you're not going day in and day out. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. What is the secret to Think and Grow Rich? A burning desire. You need a burning desire. You need a magnificent obsession. So you have to choose one port. Okay, where am I sailing today? Where am I sailing on this journey, on this next voyage? Where am I going? Am I just gonna go over here, and then I'm gonna go over here, and then, oh wait, no, I'm gonna go over here. Oh, how about that? This feels good. Nah, I'm just gonna go over here. I'll just go over here. Where did I get? Being swayed by all the influences and all the suggestions inside of the world. The reality is you do not need to go anywhere besides inside yourself to awaken, to see your purpose and your dream inside of you. And that begins with first having some hope, having a sense of hope of, you know what? Maybe I have a dream. Maybe I have a purpose here. Start asking yourself the right questions. Start to learn how to talk to yourself lovingly, gently, and see what happens. Experiment for you. It all depends upon what you want and what you're willing to do with that, to be able to sit down and go through the boredom, the loneliness of awakening that inside of you, understanding that nothing else matters. The importance of that is paramount. Nothing else matters. So we have all these messages, we have all these things telling us otherwise, that this is important, that is important, this is important, but what's really, really, really important? Because we can only go to one port at a time. So what is the next port that you must go to? Is very paramount. Is very paramount. And we are gaining clarity here and confidence, getting content out there, getting a presence, building up an online presence, and letting people know that I am here. Support is here. I am here. I do love you. I do care about you. And we all have our part in life. We have to meet at a certain point to be able to help each other, and we're here to help each other. We're not here to be so needy, so needy. So that's why it's so important to understand, okay, I have a dream, I have a purpose, and my purpose is first to figure out what that purpose is. Because once you figure out that purpose, without figuring it out, once you know, okay, I have a dream, you start gaining a sense of your dream. It's like, it depends upon, you know, what it is. Because for me, it's not been easy. It's taken time, but it's been something that has been unavoidable with my experiences and the questions, and it gets to that point of what else is there, of really burning those bridges, really committing yourself to that, so that you're not distracted, so that you're not tempted by things that do not matter, that things are going to hinder you and weigh you down, because you are here to fulfill a purpose. Like, you're here to fulfill a purpose, and you don't have all day to do that. Like, we don't know when the curtain closes. My life changed in a blink of an eye, where I found myself in the ICU. I thought I was humbled. Oh man, ooh boy. That is an experience. Okay. We take so many things for granted. We feel that like we're entitled to everything. when the reality is are we? Like, what are we really entitled to? There's really no guarantees to life. Like, life is a blessing. Life is a gift. And so if you're taking it for granted, you're going to be inviting and creating chaos and suffering inside your life. Um, and this isn't to make things complicated into a technique or anything. I'm here to make spirituality accessible to all. That's part of my path, as I've had to find that on my own. I've been really yearning for that understanding, for that spiritual understanding, because that's what religion is about. Depending, whatever path somebody may choose, the whole goal, the whole aim is the same. So don't get caught up in a particular path, a particular way. The whole goal is for spiritual understanding. Yes? I mean, yes, it's the meaning, the understanding is not to argue. It's not to fight. That's not the meaning. That's not the purpose. Like, it's for us to awaken to the true spirituality in which is, to uncover that, to peel and reveal that as my first. I might have published that. I might publish that. I don't know. Maybe I publish this too. Maybe I publish that too. Maybe, who knows? I got some stuff. But the part is who's ready. Who's ready, man? Because that's the part that we have to get into. You know what? I have a purpose. I have a dream, and I'm worthy. I'm deserving of my dream. I'm worthy. We're here to be abundant. This isn't getting into any specific religion, but we're here to be abundant. We're here to prosper. We're here to prosper, okay? We are here to prosper. We are not here to suffer. We are not here to be needy, to be poor, to be little, to be unimportant. We are all influencers. We are all influencers. Study the degrees of influence. Really understand what happens, the ripple effect, not only in this dimension in which you think you are, but the greater universe. There's a ripple effect everywhere. Everything is interconnected. So for me, that's what empowers me, along with embracing my healing journey, inspired by potential, and understanding, hey, everything is interconnected. Everything is interconnected. So, as I change in myself, you have to change. Not by force, but by love, by understanding, by law. Everything is interconnected. So as I change, but if you try to do it the other way around, that's when you create chaos, because you're operating out of a misunderstanding of the nature of reality. And that's what I'm here to help with. That's been part of my path, of my learning, is the true nature of reality. Thank you, Seth. I love you, Seth. It's a beautiful understanding. We're also getting into psychic politics and taking psychology on a whole nother level, many different levels. We have gone pretty far into psychology, and I want to help everybody, the common person, the lay person. That's part of my training as well too. Okay, it may have been abused, life may be unfair, so what are we going to do about it? I'm here helping and sharing love, sharing compassion, because I value all of life. I believe that life is sacred. I believe that life is precious. And so I choose life. I choose life. You can choose whatever you want to choose. And I'm still going to love you because I choose love. I choose love. And that's just the reality of the healing journey, is that we've been playing so many games, and it's not pointing fingers, because I look inside of myself and I see all the games that I played. And through the intent of healing and making resolution inside of myself, I can change. I can change the program. I can change my perspective, what I look for in life, what I see in life, how I experience life in reality. Because who's to say what is limited for another person? You create your own reality. So as far as you want to take responsibility for yourself is really how much you want to open up the blessings of the universe of reality. Because life is abundant. Life is abundant. Look in nature, life is abundant. With the right conditions, love, the right intentions, life is beautiful. So let's make life a beautiful adventure where we can all enjoy and receive what we want. Who's to say that we can't all get what we want? How do we know? How do we know? Because we are unconscious of what we want, because we're focusing on what we don't want, because we're filled with fear. We're afraid of this. We're worried about that, which, yeah, okay. I got to get that seminar going. So making this easy for myself, just getting this on the phone. This is for October 3rd, 2023, the daily vlogs, which is really for me to be able to express myself and see myself from a different perspective. I'm providing massive amounts of value, massive amounts of value. You can watch this over and over and over and over and over again, and you're gonna receive, and you're gonna receive, and you're gonna receive, and you're gonna receive, and you're gonna receive. Because that's how the universe is. That's how I experience it. That's how I open myself up to. That's what I do. You know, so you really gotta figure out, make a choice and a commitment of who you're gonna listen to. You know, who are your top 5 advisors, consultants in your life? Who do you really trust? That's what it's about. You want to talk about the attention economy? That's fine. The attention economy, I understand that, but I think on a higher level, it's the trust economy. Because for me, that's what really matters. You get to a point where you have control over your attention, so like you can't buy my attention. You can't buy my attention anymore because I know what I want. I'm committed, and it's a part of opening up the universe. The universe, the world, is our oyster. It's our oyster, but we've been taught differently. So we have to learn and be able to allow ourselves to unlearn that so that we can learn on a deeper level and appreciation of the world is your oyster. But to get to that point, you got to stop being so needy. There's so many things, you know, making so many demands, so many orders of like what do you want to order? Because you can order anything. Life is a restaurant. You can order anything that you want. Just put yourself in that place in meditation and pure imagination. Give yourself that retreat, that vacation inside yourself from a limiting reality in which you think, and to open up your mind to what could be. Who knows until you experiment and see what is possible for you. So be inspired by potential and how much you can grow, how much you can open up, how much you can develop yourself and take care of hindrances and resistance within inside of you, because nobody's stopping you but you. So October 3rd, 2023, that's the Shane. Many blessings.